So, whenever somebody thinks about creativity, some people may think that creativity comes naturally, or that only certain types of people use it. So, like, maybe people think that only artists use it, painters, designers. But in reality, anybody can use it. And then another thing is that people may think that there's only one definition to creativity, but the truth is that there's multiple definitions to creativity. So, one like way you can define creativity, or the one way that was defined within the modules, is that creativity can be defined both from relevancy and novelty. Relevancy would be how you would be going about to solve a problem, and then novelty would be how you can solve that problem uniquely. So, a good example for this would be okay, it's raining. What would you do? Normally, we just pull out an umbrella to stop the rain, you know? That would be within relevancy. Now, you can take a more creative approach and go outside of the thing. So, like, let's say you have a backpack, or let's say you have a pizza, like a pizza box or something, you know? You can use novelty and then just put that over your head. That'd be a rather unique way to do it instead of just like having an umbrella. And then a myth that I was really surprised about within the modules in Canvas was that creative people break all the rules, or they need to break all the rules, you know? Because, I mean, at least with this, I thought like, okay, within entrepreneurs, for example, so like, let's say like Steve Jobs, he was pretty innovative. He kind of broke the rules because he branched out from what was like considered like normal within like tech. So he branched out from having just to use computers to having moving to like the iPhone, which is more like a mobile technology. So that's kind of what I thought. But the truth is that creativity, you don't need to break the rules. You actually need to use those rules, and those rules kind of help build a framework to gear for your creativity. So, like a really good example for this would be jazz. So, jazz music. Whenever you listen to it, you may be a fan, you may not be a fan. But when you listen to jazz music, sometimes it just sounds wrong. Sometimes it doesn't sound right. You know, sometimes the notes just sound like weird, or it doesn't go within like whatever they're playing. But the truth is, jazz they like use very complex rhythms, very complex notes, kind of like and things. But they're actually like sticking within the rules, and they're using that rules to build a framework on what to go on. So they're kind of not breaking the rules, but bending the rules in a way to help implore their creativity. So and get a better improv of whatever song they're playing. And then creativity, especially within organizations, is really helpful because it can help organizations stay new, fresh, and innovative. And then this is especially very important within an organization. So, like, let's say you have a marketing role, right? So, within a marketing role, like, let's say you're starting with a brand new company or you're trying to switch the brand of a company. And then that branding is very important because you want to make sure that brand is different than other companies. You don't want to be like, hey, this is like you're just like company X, you know. You're trying to be different. So you want to be trying to get that brand to be different from the rest of it. That's a really important, Rich. So, for example, Apple has a really creative approach to its branding. You see, every time that they have or like they present their new iPhone or they present their new devices that they're dropping for the year, they always keep it really consistent every year, and then they focus especially on the quality and the reliability of that product, as well as the elegance of that product as well, saying how it can last more battery or just like, you know, they make it really reliable and they give that sense of hope and like trust within the company. That's its branding. Now, when it comes to like creative thinking, there's two approaches or two ways to think about it. You see, there's divergent and convergent. So when you're brainstorming about a solution for a problem, there you could be first you would be using divergent, which divergent would be you just use all you kind of like funnel all your ideas into one thing. You kind of just have like this big blurb of ideas coming out, and then all those ideas come in. It doesn't really matter like how specific you want the idea to be. You're just kind of getting as much as ideas as you can. So like, and as unique, not really unique, but a very wide field in a sense. And then let's say you get a funnel, and then you're gonna use convergent like thinking, which is gonna be all right. Out of all those ideas, which of those ideas would fit best for this situation or for this problem? That'd be convergent. You'd be trying to pick out the best ideas out of those ideas that you came up when you were doing divergent thinking to get for convergent thinking. So you're like, okay, which one of this would be best for this, you know? And then the creative change process is used in a real world. So like a good example of this, again, I mentioned it a lot, but Apple. So for example, because the creative change process is made up of four things: persons, process, product, and the creative change. So the product in this case would be the cell phone or the iPhone, and then the people would be Steve Jobs and his team, and then the process is more of taking an innovative approach on implementing features from the MacBook into a mobile technology would be the iPhone. So they're kind of like gearing and switching from a computer to a handheld device, like an iPhone that a lot of people have nowadays. And the environment that was getting impacted during this was advancements in technology, but especially advancements within mobile technology as well, since Apple was kind of the first to pioneer that approach of moving from computers to an iPhone or to a compact device to use for various needs. Thank you.